Hi there, guys. My name is Keith Metcalf. Um, I'm here today to upload my first YouTube video. What I'm going to do is there's a bunch of people that have been spending like well over $600, $700 on decks. I want to say that I have a deck that beats theirs almost every time, and it's a little over $100, and I'm going to show it to you now. It's gruul, just plain gruul guild. Um, there are two cards in there that are splashed from Not Gatecrash, but it's very simple, very basic, very fun. It's nothing but one shot them. That's what you do, that's what it does, that's how I win so much. And I'm going to show you the land base first. Okay, the land base for this deck is you have to have 20 lands. Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 basic forests in a 20 land deck. So already it's pretty simple. Surprise, after 6 basic forests, there's 6 basic mountains. Surprise, surprise. The next is a play set of root-bound crags. And of course after that are 4 stomping grounds, which you need. It's a good 1-drop. It's a good turn 1 because we don't have any 1-drops in this deck, so it's good for that. Right, now we're going to move on to the non-creatures. Right, first up we have 2 gruul charms. The second ability really is very highly situational. All it does is gain control of gain control of all permanents you control. Very highly situational. It's weird that they printed that. But other than that, you use these. Choose one. Creatures without flying can't block this turn. Gain control of all permanents you control. Or Gruul Charm deals 3 damage to each creature with flying. And that comes in handy on both the first ability and the second. So 2 Gruul Charms. The next one is Signal the Clans. That's a 2 of in here as well. 1 red, 1 green. Search your library for 3 creature cards. If those cards each have a different name, you may put 1 into your hand and shuffle the rest back in. These are good because it lets you search for creatures during Blood Rush to surprise attack with a Blood Rush at instant speed, or at the end of your opponent's turn. If you don't have the creature you want in hand, you can gamble it out, possibly. So it's a good surprise. So 2 of them in there. The next one we have is really, I use it to kill creatures more than I do to, I mean, of course I use it to player as well, but the main reason I cast it is when I need to kill a creature. 2 clan defiances, 1 green, 1 red, and X. You can choose 1 or more, deal X damage target player, X damage target creature, or X damage target creature with flying. Sorry, my hair, I see it right now, and it's bothering me. So yeah, you can pay 5 mana total and deal 3 damage to player, or flyer, or creature, or all 3. It's a good card. There's 2 of those in here too. Only 2 because Gruul really doesn't want the game to last that long. And if you have enough mana and enough time to cast both of those, the game is probably already over for you. The next card we have is Madcap Skills. It's a 2 of as well. It's an enchantment, 1 red, 1 green, 1 red, 1 colorless. Enchanted creature gets +3/+0 but can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. It's a really good combo, especially turn 3. If you drop the 2/2 on turn 2 and they drop the 2/2 on turn 2, in turn 3 you drop this on them and you're already smacking them for 5 that they can't do anything about. Good, it's good. And this has an unblockable combo with the next two cards. Madcap Skills and Alpha's Authority. Alpha's Authority by itself is a great enchantment, especially if you run Trample, which we do. Enchanted creature has hexproof and can only be blocked by one creature. So that's good for tramplers, but what I generally use this for is equip it to the same creature that has Madcap Skills, because it essentially gives it unblockable +3/+0 and hexproof. So those are nice. Alpha's Authority is a 2-of as well. Next thing we're going to move on to are the 4-of instance. 4 pit fights. Creature removal for flyers, most likely. Flyers you don't like to see on the field, you can do something about after you Blood Rush and make your dude retarded strong. Or you can take out big creatures after you Blood Rush and kill a bigger creature that you're bigger than till end of turn. That's a 4-of. The next one we have, since Gruul likes to do so much damage and doesn't like it when players try to be sneaky and gain life or on us or prevent damage, playset of Skull Cracks. It's not really for the prevent damage anymore, but control is it's so dominant right now that life gain is the real factor. So these are really great in main board. People tell me I should sideboard them, but these cards have saved me more times than I care to think. So 4 Skull Cracks in deck, great card. They deal 3 damage to target player, and players can't gain life this turn, and you can't prevent combat damage this turn. So great. And the last non-creature card we have is 2 Domri Raids. He's a 3-drop planeswalker, which is good in Gruul, because anymore he wouldn't be as effective. The only thing that costs less than Domri is Tibble, and Tibble kind of sucks. So +1, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature, add it to your hand, which is great because you get your Blood Rush. And even if you don't get the creature, you get to see what your next draw is, so you get to plan your move this turn that much more carefully. His neg2 is Pit Fight, basically. Target creature deals damage to target creature you control fights another target creature. So they deal damage equal to their power to each other. And his neg7 is you get this. Creatures you control have double strike, trample, hexproof, and haste. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, you won't get this. You won't. It's just not going to happen. I've had it happen twice, and that's because I had already won, and I was just being a dick after that. So, YOLO. Alright, well that's all the non-creature cards. Next are our creatures, and the first are the one-shots in the deck. The ones that finish them off in one hit. 2 Wrecking Ogres. They're a 5-drop 3/3. They are 1 red and 4 colorless to cast, which you don't want to cast them. They're an obvious target for a kill spell because no one wants to deal with the double strike. But what they are good for is 2 red and 3 colorless, and you can give target creature +3/+3 and double strike. The unblockable combo I was talking about, that's a guaranteed one-shot. Especially if you have a Skullcrack in hand, because it just screws over whatever fancy thing they're planning on doing. So these are a win condition by themselves. So they're really nice. The next thing we have is the only other 2-of creature in the deck. Burning Tree Emissary. They are a 2 for 2/2. And whenever they enter the battlefield, they add a red and green to your mana pool. So what I use them for is either double summons or putting one of those enchantments on them to go ahead and start the unblockable combo that much faster and get aggro on the board that much sooner. So these are good too. 2 of these as well. The next thing we have is basically this deck's main beat stick. Flint Hoof Force. I should probably show you a different one. Flint Hoof Force. What Flint Hoof 4 does is as long as you control a mountain, it gets +1/+1. So it's a 2 for 3/3 basically all the time. Or it's a 3-drop if you pay a forest, a mountain as well, and it gets haste. So it can be a 2/3, a turn 2 3/3, or a turn 3 3/3 haste. So those are 4 of them in this deck. The next thing we have are one of the best Blood Rush cards I've ever seen. If you run red-green and you don't run these for surprise attacks, there's something wrong in your head. Clan Rampager. They're great to play by themselves. They're a uncommon from Gatecrash, 1 red, 1 green, 2 colorless. It's a 4/4 with trample. They're great just to play by themselves, but what they really do, what really makes them strong, is 1 red, 1 green, and target creature gets +4/+4 and trample until end of turn. That's what gets nasty. That's what gets in there for the damage when the surprise attacks. They chump block with 1/1 against your huge dude, and you just give it trample out of nowhere, and they just go. It can be quite fun. Those are 4 of them here as well. See next. Alright, we all know Rumble Hulk from the Gatecrash pre-release. 1 red, 1 green, and 1 colorless. It gets +X/+X for X number land you control. I took him out for these. They're a lot more consistent. Sword Swines. They are a 5-drop, 5/4, but you don't cast them. Why I say they're better than Rumble Hulk is they have the same Blood Rush card, Blood Rush cost, but it gives it +5/+4 all the time. So, assuming you don't miss a land drop up to turn 5, Rumble Hulk gets better then, but this is better turn 3, turn 4, and if you didn't miss a land drop, it'll start getting worse, but chances are you won't get a land every turn. So those are a 4 of as well. It gives a +5/+4 until end of turn, so those are nice. And the last thing we have in deck are a playset of Slaughterhorns. It's a 3-drop for 3/2. It's really not that good to play by itself. What you do is you tap 1 green and you discard Slaughterhorn. Target creature gets +3. Target attacking creature gets +3/+2 until end of turn. This is your early game damage. This is what lets you get in there a lot sooner than your opponent wants you to and deal the damage you need to. They're really great. I would suggest anyone run them. They're quite effective. The next thing, that's all for the main deck. The next thing we're going to look at is sideboard. I'm running 3 Homing Lightnings. What Homing Lightning does in the sideboard is to deal with both flyers and tokens of sorts. It deals 4 damage to target creature and each other creature that shares a name as that. So, screw you, Selesnya, Angel, tokens from Intrigue can suck it, stuff like that. This sideboard is mostly creature hate, so flying creature hate. So there's 2 Thunderbolts in there as well, because we need to be wary of flyers. And then there are 2 Strangleroot Geist. What Strangleroot Geist is he's a 2/1 with haste and undying. These are if you're not getting there early enough, you can just smack him as hard as you need to, as early as you need to. And the rest is ground assaults, where you deal damage equal to the number of land you control to target creature. So that's also good as well. It helps you get rid of the flyers you don't need. And that's it. So I hope this has helped you. I mean, this deck is really good and really cheap. I beat Esper Control, Bant, Jund, Naya mid-range, Naya Blitz. I haven't really lost an entire set with this game. I've lost maybe 1 round, but that was it. Alright. See you next time. I hope this was helpful.